This video is about Christopher Columbus and whether or not he's a rapist. And there are people that say that Christopher Columbus is a rapist. I don't believe it's true. I completely disagree with it. And it's based on something that he wrote in his journal when he discovered America, when he was in the Americas. And you can go read it. You can go read his journal and you can decide for yourself if you believe he is a rapist. And I'm going to tell you factually he's not a rapist based on what the journal says. And the people that say he is are falsely accusing him. And the media is wrong to falsely accuse him. He's one of our national heroes, and I believe that he is not appreciated for all the things that he did for us. So basically, during this time period, the captain of a ship did keep a journal with probably a daily entry and it's probably got all sorts of boring things in it. You can go read what is available. You can go on the internet. It's probably written in Spanish or Italian or Latin. And the reason why people say he's a rapist is because there's an entry where he said he was with a native woman. And I don't remember all the details. He may have been in his cabin or in his personal residence. It may have been a young woman. I really don't remember. And he certainly would not have known her age. And she may not have spoken English. She may not have spoken English, and she probably did not speak English. So there can't be verbal consent. That's a fact. So what he says is, I'm going to summarize. He says something like, I was with her. At first, she resisted. But then she consented, and she enjoyed it, and they engaged. And I don't know if he says that they engaged in intercourse or if it's just presumed or not. But that's basically the gist of what happened. And like I said, go. I'm sick and tired of doing research on all this, and you should have a good habit. If you want to know the truth, you should look up documents and read the original document and interpret it and make your own decision. And I'm going to tell you why people are making a false accusation. I'm going to give you a couple different reasons why. Factually, there's not enough facts to make a determination that a crime has occurred or something criminal in nature. The reason why is because there's no timeline. It doesn't say how they're touching each other. It doesn't say what part of his body is where at what time. It doesn't say any of that. They call him a rapist based on the sole fact that he says she resisted at first, and that's it. That is not enough to declare someone a rapist. And the reason why is because in order for something to be a rape, there has to be some sort of sexual intercourse, has to be either in the process of happening or in the process of being about to happen. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say we were in the process of having intercourse and she was resisting, but I ignored her and then she liked it in the end. It doesn't say that. Or maybe it does. I mean, go read it for yourself. It doesn't say, well, I kissed her on the cheek and she resisted at first coyishly, but she stayed, and I took that to mean that she had consent, and then we did it and she liked it. The details are not there. He says that she did consent at some point, but at what point did she consent? We don't know. So how can you say that he did something that would be considered a crime even by modern standards? And what was the resistance? He doesn't say. He doesn't say that she was hitting me in the face or she was trying to force me away or she was trying to run away. He didn't say. There's no details. It could be just something like she turned her cheek. We don't know. And to say that something was there that wasn't there is wrong. And to accuse him of something that you don't know what happened is false accusation. Now, there's another issue. If someone, we're going to go through 4 conditions. You have consent, there's no problem. You don't have consent, trying to find the camera. If you don't have consent, that's a crime. So the third condition is, and this is one that's popular in the media, well, what if someone consents and then changes her mind in the middle Well, they say that that's a rape, don't they? But what if someone doesn't consent and then changes her mind and then she consents? If you use the argument for the previous one, it would not be a rape. Because they say, well, it doesn't matter how it started. What matters is how it ends. And if it ends on something that she doesn't consent to, then it's a rape. But this is not that case. This is one where she ended on consent. So by the argument of the previous one, then their own definition, it should not be a rape. So why do they say it's a rape? The information is just missing. She could have been totally in love with the guy for all we know. She could have wanted to marry him and be with him. We don't know. The other reason why you cannot call it a rape is because there's one important factor that's missing that will defeat any accusation at all against Christopher Columbus, and that is that the woman has to actually believe that she's being raped. It is possible to resist something, but yet not believe that you are the victim of a crime. That is possible. You have to actually hear what that woman has to say. Her opinion is not known. We do not know what she thinks. And as I said before, she might have been totally in love with him, and she might have just been shy, and she might have thought that she had some sort of a future with him, and she might have been just a little bit fearful or intimidated, or maybe she didn't know, maybe she had never experienced it before, so she didn't know what he was doing. It's possible she had no clue what he was going to do. We don't know. These facts do not exist. It's wrong to make this accusation against him. And the fact of the matter is, if you do look at the facts that are available, he does state in his own words that it ended on consent. And therefore, he had a consensual relationship by the modern definition. So I do not believe that he is a rapist. I think it's revisionism. Go and look up the documents, read it for yourself, make your own decision. Do not read news articles. Don't read opinion pieces. Avoid websites that said, here's my opinion. You can read it and get information and verify their information. Verify that what a person's opinion is actually in the documents. If it's not there, it's not true. And verify what I say. Maybe I'll read it again someday in the future, but, like I said, my memory isn't that bad. It didn't sound like there was enough information in there to make it sound like he's guilty.